Picture your phone lighting up right now. You see your daughter's name, you answer, and you hear her sobbing. She's crying so hard she can barely breathe. She says she's been in an accident. She hit a car, the other driver's hurt, and the police are taking her to jail. She begs you,
"Mom, please, I'm so scared. Please don't hang up."
Here's the terrifying part. That voice, that exact stutter, that panic, that specific way she says please is not her. It's a computer. And it took just 3 seconds of her laughing at a TikTok video from 2 years ago to build it. Now, you're smart. You'd think you'd never fall for this. But the FBI says these scams are up 350% in the last year. Grandparents with PhDs have lost their life savings. A finance executive in Hong Kong wired $25 million to a faith on a video call that wasn't even real. So here's a question that scares cybersecurity experts more than any other. If a computer can steal your mother's voice from a 3-second voicemail greeting, and if your brain literally shuts off the logic center when you hear her cry, what defense could possibly work in the 15 seconds between the ring and the transfer? The answer is going to shock you, because the one thing experts told you to do for years, the family safe word, is exactly what the scammers are counting on. They've learned to ask for it mid-panic, and when you can't remember it or you blurt it out, you've just handed them the key. So where did that 3-second clip actually come from? It wasn't a wiretap, it wasn't a hacked phone, it was a 15-second TikTok of your daughter laughing at a golden retriever falling off a couch, posted 3 years ago. A bot scraped it, stored it, and waited. Now, that grandmother in Canada who lost $22,000 to a fake grandson call, she had a safe word too, but she forgot it in the chaos, which is why the new rule isn't a word you remember. It's a question the AI cannot possibly answer. But before we get to that, you need to understand the one sound these scammers add to the call on purpose. It's not static, it's fake police radios and ambulance sirens. They purposely degrade the call to mask the AI's tiny flaws and crank your panic from a 6 to a 10. You're not analyzing audio, you're imagining your son handcuffed in a police car. This is why 70% of victims say they knew about AI scams. Knowledge didn't save them, because knowledge lives in the part of the brain that just went offline. Now scale this up. That Hong Kong executive I mentioned, he received a video call from his CFO and entire team. They looked real, moved naturally, urgent voices. He wired $25 million. Every single person on that call was a deep fake. Voice cloning costs under $5 now. Real-time video deepfakes? That was Hollywood and state actors 2 years ago. Now it's available to anyone with a decent graphics card. They're not targeting your bank account anymore. They're targeting your perception of reality. Here's the kidnapping paradox. In a real kidnapping, the kidnappers rarely let you speak to the victim. But in an AI scam, they insist you hear the voice. Why? Because the voice isn't proof of life, it's proof of panic. They need you so focused on the sound that you forget to call your daughter's actual number. So the first rule, hang up immediately. Call that family member directly. And 100% of AI scams, the scammer will beg you to stay on the line. That's your tell. That's your escape hatch. Now, the safe word is dead. Cybersecurity expert Rachel Toback, who testified before the US Senate, publicly recanted that advice. She calls it a ticking bomb for panicked families. Replace it with the 2-question test. Open-ended, deeply personal questions no AI scraping TikTok could ever know. Not what's my middle name, that's public. Ask what did we have for breakfast last Sunday? Ask what's the name of the neighbor's dog we secretly hate? AI can mimic your mother's tone. It cannot mimic her memory of a burnt pancake from 3 days ago. Those aren't data points, those are lived experiences. You've got to test, you've taught your family. But what if you don't get the chance to ask? What if you've already sent the money before you even thought to question it? The average loss for a voice cloning family scam is between $5,000 and $15,000, but cases have topped $100,000. And if you've wired that money, you think your bank will protect you. They won't. Under the Electronic Transfer Act, if you say, "I authorize this transfer," even because a fake voice begged you, even under extreme duress, the bank is legally off the hook. They are not required to reimburse you. Not a single dollar. Legal experts have found one loophole. When you call your bank, you must say this exact sentence.
"I am reporting an unauthorized transaction that occurred due to fraud and coercion.
That phrase shifts the legal burden. Now, the bank has to prove you knowingly authorized it, not the other way around. The FBI's recovery asset team has a brutal reality. They have a 72-hour golden window to freeze and recover wired funds. After 72 hours, your money has typically been converted to cryptocurrency, moved through 3 offshore exchanges, and landed in a wallet in the UAE, Cambodia, or Nigeria. At that point, the recovery rate drops below 5%. So the moment you realize you've been scanned, you have 3 actions and 3 actions only. Call the bank with the magic phrase, file a report with your local police, and file an IC3 complaint with the FBI, all within 3 hours, not 3 days. The FCC just forced AI disclosure labels on political ads, but private phone calls? Zero regulation. Telecoms can route AI-generated scam voices to your grandmother with 0 warnings, 0 liability. They're protecting you from fake Biden robocalls, but leaving your 80-year-old mother defenseless. Remember that grandmother in Canada? She whipped through her savings, drove to a Bitcoin ATM she didn't understand, and followed the scammer for 4 hours. When her real grandson walked through the door, she realized what she'd done. The shame and rage triggered a minor heart attack. The scam almost killed her, not just her savings. The FBI reports stress-related hospitalizations after financial scams are up 40% among seniors in the last 2 years. The psychological damage outlasts the financial. That 3-second clip from TikTok is already out there for you, for your kids, for your parents. The call is coming, not if, when. So picture this, your phone lights up, you hear them crying, your heart spikes. But this time you pause, you breathe, you hang up, you dial their real number, you ask your 2 questions, you wait. That 30-second pause is the difference between losing everything and saving everything. You know the test, you know the bank phrase, you know the loopholes, but the scammers are getting smarter every day. So the real question isn't if your family's voice is already stolen, it's what you're going to do before that call comes.